Hello everyone, welcome to my channel How Dare Your Bets Predict, the channel that gives you guys the best correct score prediction, strategy and betting prediction. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you guys through the process of predicting over 2.5 goals and also the leagues that you guys need to predict your over 2.5 goals on. Actually, I've made a video on this particular content earlier, but I had a problem with the recorder used in that video. So the purpose of this video is to modify what I explained in the video I posted earlier. So in this video, I hope you guys are going to get this content effectively, because I had issue with the recorder used in the last video. So the purpose of this video content is to show you guys the best league to predict your over 2.5 goals, and also how you can predict this over 2.5 goals and win your game successfully. So first, what you need to know is be aware of leagues that play over 2.5 goals. For me, I will advise you to stay away from some leagues like the Argentina League number 1. We have the Egypt League. So I'll show you the particular league you should avoid under the Argentina League. So just down and let me show you some leagues that you should avoid before going into the prediction of over 2.5 goals. So these are the leagues. The first league you should always avoid is the Argentina League, most especially their major leagues, which is Liga Professional. The second one is the Egypt League. Make sure you always avoid the Egypt League. That is the Egypt Premier League. This one, yeah. So another one you should also avoid is the Morocco League, Morocco Botola. Make sure you're avoiding it. Most of these leagues and most of their goals are always 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 1-1. That is their common results of their matches. So for me, if I want to predict my over 2.5 goals based on my research, because in the process of getting this particular strategy, I have staked on different leagues and I've seen the results, because I have lost so much on some leagues because based on testing how the outcome can be. So in that process, I've been able to discover that a particular league that plays the most goals in sports, especially football to be precise, is the German League. So but the advice I'm going to give you guys as you are watching this video is that make sure you watch this video to the end and make sure you are not skipping any part in order not to miss any information that can because by missing any parts of this video, it can affect your prediction and it can lead to a loss. Not a loss, it can lead you to losing your money. So the leagues that you can stake your over 2.5 goals on is German League. And note, not the German league that we all know, that is Bundesliga. No, the German league I'm talking about is the Germany Amateur League. So here it is. So we have the Germany Amateur Leagues here. So I actually predicted in the video made earlier, I've already predicted some games which I'm sure they would have played by now. So we are going to make use of the available games under the German league, which is the Amateur League. So in this video, I'm going to make use of just 3 matches as an example. So after the 3 matches, I will advise you guys also to go and practice this particular strategy until you are able to get it and start staking your game on it and keep winning. So let's click on all these leagues under the German League, German Amateur League. Don't forget, not ordinary German League, German Amateur League. That is Germany Amateur League. So just click on the apply. We have all the teams here, all the matches here. So after doing this, what you just need to know is we have the option of straight winning, the over and under, double chance and handicap. Click on the over and under. It will show the recommendation of the bookmakers. For example, when you check the recommendation of the bookmakers here, you will realize that the recommended goal option by the bookmakers, which is Sportsybet, is 2.5. For example, the first match we have here, it shows that if you are going to be predicting on over 2.5, you'll be having 1.67 odd. So this is not what I actually want to show you, to be precise. I just want you to know that the first step of predicting over 2.5 goals is check the suggested prediction made by the bookmakers. Whenever you check the suggested prediction made by, for example, in this kind of situation under this league, most of these games suggested are 2.5 by the bookmakers. Whenever you see a match suggested as 2.5 by the bookmakers, stay away from it under the German Amateur League. Stay away from it. So the one you can predict over 2.5 goals are the one that the bookmakers suggested as 3.5. So for example, the second league we have here, we have almost all the match suggested as 3.5. That is the first stage of predicting your over 2.5. So the second stage now is by clicking on the team, the match that you want to predict over 2.5 goals on. For example, let's go for this first match, which the bookmaker suggested as over 3.5. After clicking on the match you want to predict on, go to the statistics. So this is another stage of predicting your over 2.5 goals. After clicking on the statistics, the next thing you need to look at is checking on the last 5 matches of these two teams. For example, for the home team, if you check their previous match, they had over 2.5 goals in 4 matches, and just the last match they play under 1.5 goals. At least in the last 5 matches of each team that you are predicting their match, make sure that they played over 2.5 goals at least in 3 matches out of their last 5 matches. So checking on the home team last 5 matches qualified for this prediction. Checking on the away team last 5 matches, we realize that the away team also played over 2.5 goals in 4 matches and under 2.5 goals in just 1 match. So that aspect already has been passed. So now the next aspect is their previous meeting. Check if these teams have been playing over 2.5 goals in their previous meeting. Now let's check. So looking into their previous meeting, in all their 5 previous matches, they played over 2.5 goals, which shows that this particular game is qualified to be played as over 2.5. But note, that is just another stage. The next stage for you to determine if you are going to be predicting this match as over 2.5 goals is by checking on the head-to-head new. So clicking on the head-to-head new, the first thing you are going to check is the head-to-head team average. You check the goal scored. Make sure that whenever you want to predict over 2.5 goals, make sure you have at least 3 goals scored between this particular team. For example, here we have 5.46. So check their league. If you check their league, make sure they have at least 3 goals scored under the league. For example, in this kind of statistics, I'm able to see 4.24 goals scored under their league. You can find that below their previous meeting goals scored. So this particular match, in this aspect of goals scored, they qualified. Checking on the over 1.5 goals, don't forget, if you have watched my video on how to predict over 1.5 goals, you will remember that I said for you to for a particular match to be qualified for over 1.5 goals, the percentage under the average goal scored, average over 1.5 must be 80% and above. Don't forget, both in their previous meeting and under the league. So checking on the statistics of this particular team, checking on their previous meeting, they had 98%, which is superb. It's qualified for over 1.5. Checking on their league, 94%, superb. But in this video content, we are not really concerned about the over 1.5. What we are concerned about is the over 2.5. So now let's move on to the over 2.5 and let's check if this particular match is qualified to be predicted as over 2.5. So if you want to be predicting your over 2.5 goals, make sure that the percentage provided by this start must be over 65%. After that, don't forget, this is another stage of checking if your game, if the statistics of the game you are predicting is qualified to be predicted as over 2.5. Don't forget, the first stage is checking the prediction recommended by the bookmakers. The second stage is checking the head-to-head. Check their last 5 matches. At least they must have 3 over 2.5 goals, both home and away in their last 5 matches. And checking their last previous meeting, at least out of the 5 previous meetings, they must have 4 matches played as over 2.5 goals. Checking on this particular statistics, we realize that all their 5 matches played are over 2.5 goals. And another stage here is the head-to-head new. The head-to-head new. Checking on the head-to-head new, we first check the goal scored. I said the goal scored must at least show 3 goals scored, but in this particular start we are able to have 5.46 goals scored between the 2 matches, the 2 teams in their previous match. And under the league in their previous match, they had at least 4.24 goals scored. It's qualified in that aspect. Checking on the over 1.5 aspect, it must be above over 80%, and it also qualified. Checking on the over 2.5 aspect, I said it must be above 65%. And in this kind of situation, we are able to have 83% between these 2 teams and 79% under the league. So this kind of match is a very superb and accurate start for us to predict as over 2.5. The statistics is not complex at all. I love it. So the last stage where you can determine if you are going to predict a match as over 2.5 goals is checking the odd provided by the bookmakers. If you check the odd, make sure that if you want to predict over 2.5 goals, the odd provided by the bookmakers must not be over 1.35 odd. If you want to predict over 2.5 goals, after checking all the statistics that I just showed you guys right now, if you want to predict over 2.5 goals, the odd must be below 1.34 odd. So in this kind of situation, we have over 2.5 odd prediction as 1.26 odd, which is below 1.34 or 1.35 odd, and it is very safe to go. So let's go for another match and let's check if we can have some games that you can avoid. So the first match we predicted over 2.5 goals, and as you can see, so the next one, don't forget, the first stage is check the prediction recommended by the bookmakers. The prediction recommended by the bookmakers in the second game I'm seeing here is 3.5 goals. Now let's click on it to move to the second stage of checking the head-to-head. So click on the statistics. Click on the start. Now don't forget what I told you. I said at least in 3 matches played by each team in their last 5 matches, they must have over 2.5 goals. Checking on the home team, they had over 2.5 goals in 3 matches and under 2.5 goals in 2 matches. Checking on the away team, they had over 2.5 goals in all their matches throughout, which shows that this particular match is qualified to be predicted as over 2.5 goals. Now let's check on their previous meeting. In their previous meeting between these 2 teams, in their last 5 previous meetings, they must have at least over 2.5 goals in their 4 matches played. Now let's check. Checking on the stats, we realize that they were able to score over 2.5 goals in at least 4 of their last 5 matches and under 2.5 goals in just 1 match. Actually, this meets the requirements, but the statistics is kind of a little bit complex because they had under 2.5 goals in 1 match. But well, this particular start will be determined finally is here and the odd aspect. Now let's check their head-to-head new, and let's check the goals scored by these teams. Don't forget, I told you that if you want to predict over 2.5 goals, at least the goals scored both in between the two teams and under the league must be at least 3 goals scored. So here we have 4.00 goals scored, good. Under the league we have 4.24 goals scored, that is fine. And don't forget, checking on the over 1.5 goals, the requirements must be met as 80% and above, both between these two teams and their league. We have 94 between them, and under the league we have 94, which is perfect. And checking on the over 2.5 goals, don't forget I told you that it must be above 65%. So we are able to get 78% between these two teams and 79% under the league. So this particular goal start is good for over 2.5 goals. But where the final decision will be made is the odd provided by the bookmakers. Don't forget I told you guys that if you are predicting your over 2.5 goals, make sure the odd provided by the bookmakers must not be more than 1.35 odd. For example, in this kind of situation, we can predict this as 1.28 odd is a very safe kind of odd to go with after checking the statistics. So the second match here qualified for our over 2.5 goals prediction. The reason why I make use of German Amateur League is because you can easily get your over 2.5 goals there. Don't stress yourself going into other leagues to check maybe okay at this league playing over 2.5. No, just go straight to German league, even though they disappoint sometimes, but following this particular strategy will surely make more winning. Don't forget, betting involves human, especially sports betting, and anything that involves humans keep changing over time. That is the reason why most times sometimes we lose and sometimes we win, but the purpose of making profits in betting is to make sure that your winning is more than your loss. That is the main point. And in order to do that, you have to make use of a better strategy in order to make more winning than loss. For example, for me, in the process of finding and making research on strategy that works, that gives winning, I usually sacrifice financially and timely in order to get the best out of sorry for the digression, in order to get the best for you guys. So next thing now that I'm going to do is the last match I'm going to use as an example for you guys to predict over 2.5 goals. Now let's check. And after this video, if you have any opinion that you want to drop, kindly make sure you drop it on the comment section. If you like our video, click on the like, and if you are new to this channel, please kindly make sure that you subscribe, because this is how we usually drop our betting strategy in as much that we are able to sense some kind of success in it. So the next match I'm going to be predicting now is under this same league, whereby the bookmaker predicted the suggested 3.5 goals for us, and I'm going to click on it to check their statistics if the statistics meet the requirements. Now let's click on the stats, and this time around I want you guys to be following me at wherever you are watching this video. I want you to be, as I'm checking the stats, make sure you are also checking the stats. Make sure you are also following the procedure and steps. After this video, make sure you practice. Watch this video all over again if you are having any issue understanding any part, and if you have any question, kindly make sure you drop your question under the comment box. So checking on the home team last 5 matches, don't forget I said at least 3 matches must be played as over 2.5 goals. We want to check the qualification of a particular start, if it qualifies to be predicted as over 2.5 goals. So the home team here played over 2.5 goals throughout all their previous 5 matches. The away team also played over 2.5 goals in all their last 5 previous matches. That is superb. Now another aspect is their previous meeting, the games that these two teams play together. At least they must play over 2.5 goals in 4 matches. Out of their 5 previous meetings, they must have over 2.5 goals in 4 matches. Now let's check. Wow. So checking on this, they had over 2.5 goals in all their 5 matches. That is superb. I love that. Now let's go to the next stage of head to head. You must check that also. So the first thing you need to check is the goal scored. Don't forget, I said at least the goals which must be scored is 3 goals, and we have 3.54. Kind of manageable. Under the league, they must also have 3 goals. They had 4.24. Good. Don't forget, the qualification of the over 1.5 goals must be over 80%, and we have 94 here. Good. Under the league, we have 94. Good. Under the over 2.5 percentage, I said it must be above 65%, and we are able to have 75% both between these two teams and 79% for the league. This particular statistics is actually superb to be predicted as over 2.5 goals. But what will determine the prediction if it's going to be over 2.5 goals is the odd, and that is the final stage, the odd provided by the bookmakers. Actually, if you check this odd very well, don't forget I told you, if you are predicting over 2.5 goals, make sure that the odd must be below 1.35 odd, and when the odd is above 1.85 odd, stay away from the game, even when the statistics is accurate. Actually, the stats might actually came out well, but also don't forget, the bookmakers too, they are also like a body of company that they have their own strategies too, and their strategists are kind of an expert. They are professionals that are getting paid so well and very well, because they too, they are not really ready to lose their own money to we bettors. So what we are going to do right now is that check the odd provided by the bookmakers as over 2.5 goals. Is it above 1.85 odd? If it is above 1.85 odd, what did I told you guys to do? Stay away from the game. And if it is below, you can go for it, even though this particular odd is very closer to the limit odd that I'm giving you guys, but we can still go for it, because judging with the stats that we just saw right now, the stats is actually good and superb. But the odd, the bookmaker have their own reason of giving it their odd. They do the statistics. So we have just 3 games and we are able to get our 2 odd with over 2.5 goals. That's how over 2.5 goals really work. It's a superb strategy to predict your bet on. So if you are just joining us on this channel and you are just watching this video for the first time, these are the bet predicts in our channel. I always give the best correct score prediction. I give betting strategy, betting prediction. So for example, this is another betting strategy on over 2.5 goals. And also, if you find it very interesting, make sure you drop your comment, like our video. Don't forget to share our video. And also in the next video content, I'm going to be dropping an updated basketball over point strategy. Actually, the one I dropped earlier is an accurate strategy, but after exploring it so deeply, I realized that some changes need to be done on it, even though some information needs to be added on the basketball strategy. So watch out for our next video on basketball betting strategy, which is over points, and see you in the next video. These are your best predicts. Thanks for watching. See you next time.